Alright, Joe, we're at Whole Foods, about to dive in on some food. What are you gonna get, babe?
A salad and yogurt.
Yeah, buddy.
Garlic breath.
Yeah. Wild mushroom mix. If I start seeing things, Crystal, you just babysit me. Alright, y'all, got a big old salad, all kinds of olive oil, with a thing of olives and mushrooms. Crystal got a salad as well. We're both in the mood for some greens right now. Alright, y'all, real talk here for a second. To be completely honest with you, this was going to be a vlog, and all we got footage of was us at Whole Foods at the salad bar and at the olive bar. And then Crystal and I got into a huge fight, and we've been fighting for the past 12 hours. And we're just now cool again.
I love him.
Yeah. So that's why there's not a whole lot of vlog footage. That's why she has puffy eyes.
I always have really puffy eyes after.
Yeah.
It's because he's punching me.
No, I'm not punching her. I did throw my Starbucks coffee though. I totally wasted my Starbucks coffee. So rather than talking about our fight for this vlog, we're all good now, by the way. But this does illustrate that even us, we're human and we have moments, and it's always her fault. So let's talk about, since the only vlog footage we have is of us eating a salad, I figured we'd talk about salads, because that's all we recorded. So vegetation, you know, to eat fiber and veggies or not to eat fiber and veggies, this is like a constant debate between like the carnivorous and like the more wholesome side of the keto community, or like you got the vegans in there. It just gets bloody, like our fights, except not really bloody. But I wanted to kind of touch on that because it's up for debate. There's a lot of questions surrounding it. Me personally, I have a very like whatever works for you kind of stance on it. I'm not like die hard, don't eat vegetables or gotta have your greens either way or the other. And what are you?
I definitely like my vegetables. There's certain ones that I just can't eat because it's really hard on my stomach, but I definitely like things like really well cooked broccoli and like Brussels sprouts and salad. I love salad as long as it's like the leafy greens like kale and spinach and, you know, all those kind of things. Not so much like the romaine.
Yeah. Now, I will say this, because I mean, you want to have like some kind of tangible information. There's been quite a few podcasts and research articles that have come out recently that sparked my interest on both sides of the coin. You know, with regard to fiber and eating a whole bunch of greens, fiber, I heard this I think from the Obesity Code audiobook, but he said basically like, fiber is the antidote for carbohydrates. If you're eating a bunch of carbohydrates, you need more of an antidote. If you're not, then you don't. So if you're not eating a whole bunch of carbohydrates, which we are presumably all not on the ketogenic diet, it would be safe to say that you don't need as much fiber, and I would agree with that completely. Another interesting side of the coin, on the opposite side, is that if you don't feed your gut microbiome and bacteria enough through what you would get having the right ratio of soluble and insoluble fiber, then you might be starving that gut bacteria so much so to the point that they're having to basically eat away some of the lining in your, you know, intestinal and gut tract to feed itself, which makes sense as well. And that was from a really, really interesting podcast. I'll link to that below, but definitely listen to that one. That was from a podcast with Peter Attia, Dr. Peter Attia, and I forget who the guest on his podcast was, but very, very interesting. So check that out. But both sides make sense. Both sides have reason. I've played around with carnivore. I've played around with having a lot more veggies. I do notice that when I switch from one or the other, there's a very acute moment in between during that switch where my gut seems to get messed up. So I think allowing your body to adapt to one or the other is key. But I think cycling through them is probably optimal. Like, I don't necessarily think that just being carnivore nonstop indefinitely is probably ideal, at least for me. So I'll oftentimes do carnivore and then just crave a huge big salad like I did yesterday, and I'll chow down on that thing and won't think twice about it. I don't feel guilty about it. You?
Yeah, I think I definitely am that way. I tried to do carnivore and it was really, really hard for my stomach. And that's kind of like, I'm just one of those people that has really hard time with like digestion, So for anybody who is doing digestion or has issues with their digestion, I personally found a benefit of not having as much meat, but having a daily salad. I've actually been going to the bathroom regularly, and I've found it to like not cause me to be really bloated and things like that. Now, other vegetables, it can bloat you. It can cause a little bit more of like irritation, but there is so little carbs in the salad that you would be eating, or the lettuce, or the spinach or whatever. That I think it is important. I think it is important to get in that fiber, and I've actually had like not really many issues at all going to the bathroom, which I had in the past. I don't know. And I've increased my calories too, so I'd say it's helping a lot with that. But I don't know. I think there's definitely a lot of benefits to having salad or veggies.
Yeah.
Or the fiber, like I've always been like, they've always pushed fiber on people, and you really don't need a ton. You don't need as much as they're recommending.
Yeah.
But I do think it is necessary to get in a little bit. And like you said, the either going carnivore or going not carnivore, you're gonna have bloating either way. You're going to feel kind of poorly either way. You're gonna have the runs either way. That's just part of the transition from like eating vegetables to not eating vegetables. So if someone doesn't eat vegetables and has a reaction, that is just how your body's going to react. If someone who's carnivore eats vegetables, they're going to have a reaction. So, there's that little bit of time, a week or two, for your body to adjust. So,
yeah, wise words.
Oh.
All right, so that's pretty much our take. Sorry again, the vlog was not as thrilling as our fight was.
We should have just recorded our fight.
Yeah, we should have recorded that. So yeah, that's what we got going on. We got a whole lot of stuff going on today, so we'll start the next vlog today. Hopefully not fight, and I'm gonna go get another coffee so I can get that in and not throw it this time. But that is our take on vegetables. So eat your greens, don't eat your greens, whatever you want. Play around with it, see what you think. But I do recommend like cycling through one or the other, if that makes sense.
Did you make a point to say that like you don't really eat a lot of vegetables, then like once a week or every 2 weeks you'll have a big old salad?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
You don't listen to me though, do you?
No.
That's why we fight. All right, love you. Catch you later.